Welcome to the Deep Dive. You send us your sources, and we're here to explore what really matters within them.
That's right.
Today, we're looking at a pretty interesting mix. Daily astrological and tarot guidance, alongside a narrative tale. It's all from Daily Astrological Guidance and the Squirrelkin's Tale by Tarot by High C.
And specifically for May 14th, 2025, so we've got the astrology for that day, a TarotScope, which is represented by a squirrel, interestingly enough, and then this story, The Tale of Silver the Squirrelkin.
Exactly. So our mission, if you will, for this deep dive is to see how these, well, seemingly different things connect.
Hmm.
Can we pull out some practical wisdom about finding that balance between preparing, being resourceful, and still actually enjoying the moment?
Yeah, that age-old challenge, finding actionable insights. So where should we start? The astrology.
Let's do it. May 14th, 2025. What jumped out at you first from the astrological forecast?
Well, there's a real theme of confidence
Yeah.
and moving forward. It talks about pursuing aspirations without getting sidetracked. And being open-minded. There's this push towards, like, new adventures. Could be literal travel, could just be a new way of thinking about things.
So less second guessing, maybe. More decisive action.
Kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
Be alert to opportunities, step out a bit.
And it mentions this link between beliefs and reality. Beliefs shape reality. That's pretty direct.
It is. Aim high and stay true to personal ethics.
Yeah.
It's not just positive thinking. It implies our core values really guide the outcomes.
Right. It makes you think, doesn't it?
Hmm.
What assumptions are we operating under? And if we truly believe something's possible.
We're probably more likely to make it happen. And the ethics part is key, doing it the right way.
Practically.
And then there's this connection to physical well-being. A positive mood can actually boost your physical health. It even suggests tackling tasks that need, physical strength.
Interesting. So feeling good might actually mean you can do more physically.
That's the idea. It's that mind-body connection. How often do we forget that?
Pretty often, probably. But then it says, it's not the most thoughtful day. What's that about? Seems a bit contradictory.
Yeah, it's a bit of a curveball, right? Not the most thoughtful day, but we can't just live in our heads. Our bodies deserve stimulation.
So maybe don't overthink things too much on this day.
Exactly. Perhaps it's saying sometimes analysis paralysis is real. We need to engage physically, use our senses, get out of our heads, even if we don't feel like we're at our sharpest mentally. Different days, different energies.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about the whole person, not just the intellect.
Precisely.
All right, let's shift gears then. The TarotScope. The squirrel. What's the core message there?
The squirrel is all about duality, really. That intense focus, gathering nuts, planning for winter.
Right, the ultimate prepper.
Totally, but also they're agile, quick, playful, so the message is finding that balance. Resourcefulness and lightheartedness. Preparation and play.
So that theme of balance again, but focus more on resources and, well, how we spend our time.
Exactly. Plan for the future, gather what you need, but don't get so lost in it that you miss the present. Don't take life too seriously.
Be responsible, but remember to have some fun along the way.
Yes. And it talks about resources, broadly physical things, sure, but also knowledge, even emotional reserves.
Emotional reserves.
Oh.
That's interesting. Like building resilience?
I think so. It's a form of inner preparedness. Having that emotional strength saved up helps you handle difficulties, like saving for a rainy day, but emotionally.
That's a great way to put it.
And then it talks about sorting through it all, discerning what to keep, what to let go of.
The decluttering aspect. Physical clutter, mental clutter, emotional baggage.
All of it. It's crucial, isn't it? Especially now. And then you get that lovely little phrase.
See a few sunbeams along the way?
Yeah. It just cuts through all the seriousness, doesn't it?
It really does. What does that evoke for you?
Just spontaneity, small joys, remembering why we're doing all the planning and gathering. It's the simple pleasures that recharge you, keep you from burning out.
It's like permission to just enjoy, which we sometimes forget to give ourselves.
We really do. And the TarotScope includes these great reflection questions like, are you holding on to clutter? Physical, emotional, mental? Or are you maybe over-preparing, worrying so much you missed today? Or maybe the opposite, too much play, not enough structure.
It's like a little self-check, isn't it? Where am I on that spectrum?
Exactly. Identifying your own patterns is the first step to finding a better balance, right?
Right. So connecting these two, then the astrology and the tarot, how do they speak to each other?
Well, I think they overlap quite nicely. The astrology says, go for it, be confident, try new things.
Okay.
And the TarotScope sort of adds, okay, and here's how to approach that with balance. Be resourceful, plan, but stay present, enjoy the moment.
And maybe that not the most thoughtful day from the astrology actually ties into the squirrel's message.
Yeah.
Like, don't overthink, just be present, act.
That's a really interesting connection. Yeah, maybe it's an invitation to trust your gut, engage directly like the squirrel, instead of getting lost in analysis.
So astrology gives the green light, tarot gives the mindful driving instructions.
Something like that, making sure you enjoy the scenery, not just focus on the destination.
Okay, so now let's bring in Silra the squirrelkin. This story seems designed to tie it all together.
Absolutely. Silura is this creature of both beast and spirit, keeper of the acorns of tomorrow. That title alone connects directly to the planning and resource theme.
Right, future focused.
And her description, swift, clever, but also mischievous, loves to play. She embodies that duality the TarotScope talks about.
And the elders give her that warning.
Yes. Balance the gathering with the gladdening. That phrase is so potent.
It really is. Too much toil steals the spirit, and too much play leaves the hearth bare. Why do you think that resonates so much?
Because it's universal, isn't it? We all wrestle with that. Work versus life, responsibility versus joy. It highlights the danger of going too far either way.
And Silra, she doesn't heed the warning at first. She gets swept up in fear.
Right. Fear of a harsh winter drives her into this obsessive gathering mode. She completely forgets about joy, about gladdening.
And what happens? It's not just her, is it?
No, that's the crucial part. The whole forest starts to suffer. It dims. The rivers get dull. There's this heavy silence, even though she has piles and piles of acorns.
Wow. So her inner state literally changes her environment. Abundance isn't enough if there's no vitality.
Exactly. It shows that real wealth, real nourishment isn't just material accumulation.
And then Vera, the dew spirit, appears.
Yes, with the key insight. The acorns of tomorrow need both earth and joy to actually flourish.
Earth and joy. So resourcefulness needs spirit, needs happiness.
That's how I read it. It reframes resourcefulness entirely. It's not just stockpiling, it's creating the right conditions for growth. And that includes nurturing yourself, finding joy.
And the acorns turning from stone back to gold.
Yeah.
That's the transformation.
Yeah. Vera's touch, Silver returning to playful activity, it revitalizes everything. Joy isn't just a nice to have, it's essential fuel for the future you're building.
So the tale directly mirrors the TarotScope's message about balancing resourcefulness and lightheartedness.
Perfectly. Silra's hoarding, driven by fear, is a living example of the tarot's question about holding on to clutter. You see the negative impact it has.
And her anxiety about the winter, making her miss everything else, that's the over-preparing and missing the present question brought to life.
It's a powerful cautionary tale about letting future worries drain the life out of today.
So putting this all together for you, our listener, the combined message here feels really strong.
It really does. It seems to be saying that effective preparation looking ahead shouldn't cost us our present well-being. In fact, maybe it can't.
That nurturing joy, finding balance, that's actually part of being truly prepared and resilient.
Yeah. True resourcefulness includes tending to your spirit, allowing for spontaneity. Those sunbeams aren't distractions, they're necessary fuel.
And connecting back to the astrology, our mindset, our mood, our inner landscape really impacts our ability to act confidently and reach our goals.
Exactly. A balanced, maybe even joyful spirit might be our most valuable resource when it comes to achieving things.
So whether it's work, relationships, creative projects, whatever our personal forest is.
It needs both the diligent gathering and the moments of chasing sunbeams to truly thrive. They're not opposites. They're partners.
It's about integration, not choosing one over the other. Work and joy, planning and presence.
That's the synergy that seems to emerge from all three sources, the astrology, the tarot, the tale, this powerful link between preparing for tomorrow and living fully today.
Which leads us to a final thought for you to maybe mull over.
Consider one area in your life right now. Where might you feel a little off balance? Maybe leaning too hard into the planning, the toil, or perhaps too much into the play, the spontaneity, without enough grounding.
Just one area. And what's one small thing, one small rebalancing action you could maybe take today? Just something small to help cultivate a healthier, more balanced inner forest.
It's something to think about.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. We hope exploring these sources has sparked some insights for you. Maybe inspiration to find your own way to gather those acorns and chase those sunbeams.